we're going to talk.
Well, I mean, welcome back, guys. I'm glad I was able to drag you here. Welcome back to Bender Knows Best. This is the trade deadline recap. We had today to soak everything in, figure out how much the Caps didn't get rid of Burakovsky and they could have gotten back at open trades. But, you know, who knows?
Right, but realistically, what were you going to get back for Burakovsky?
Mojo got a second-round pick and a fourth-round pick. I think we could have at least got a second.
At least a second.
Okay, can we talk about how awkward it is that he went to Boston? I'm sorry. You know what? Go into whatever introductions you're doing. We got a lot to talk
We're done.
about today.
The
Okay,
introduction's
you
done.
know how awkward it is that the Marchand just concussed him? He going to be playing on the same team now?
Yep. If you can't beat him, join him.
Yeah.
God damn, man.
Just keep me away from Marchand in practice, please, Coach.
Oh, God damn it. Huh, skating around with the head over his shoulder.
Where's your little ass?
But there's a couple teams that got good, better, but some teams didn't really make any moves. Shocking, I'd say the most shocking one I talked to you about this before you got here, Mikey, was the Granlund one to Nashville. Like Minnesota's leading the division.
I don't know what Minnesota's doing. I never really know what Minnesota's doing. I always kind of forget they're there because they don't really make any noise during the season. Even when when they would win that division, you don't really hear about them. There's nothing flashy about them. They don't have like a big superstar scoring like 30 or 40 goals.
Yeah.
Just everyone quietly doing their job. And maybe that some people are happy with that, but you know, it's kind of boring to the rest of the world who's not in that area. But, you know, I don't know if they're trying to tank or what, but I wouldn't have let that trade happen if I was in that building.
Who they give up for him?
They gave him Kevin Fiala, which, you know, if you're management, you're hoping Kevin Fiala can turn into Mikhail Grunlund. It's like, oh, you know, Mikhail Grunlund's Mikhail Grunlund. But, you know, prospect can be anything.
You
Can even be Mikhail Grunlund.
You're giving up Bush for what you know you have, for what you hope somebody
Yes.
else can turn into.
But also you're leading the division, so it's just weird to I feel like give up somebody that's really good on your team when you're leading the division. Like that sounds like something when you're like on the fringe. You're like, oh, maybe I'm not going to resign him. But I should let him go. But
I don't know what they're doing. I know Minnesota is constantly like in like a weird cap area.
kind of like Phoenix.
No, Phoenix is like, you know, they take on dead contracts to hit the floor. Minnesota's near the top because they gave everyone money that year when they gave Parisi and Suter money and tenure.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that kind of put them in a bind. Dubnik's gotten paid. I mean, everyone's paid on that. Just about everyone on that team is paid.
How do you feel about Anthony DeClaire? Like, you know, is he like kind of? I heard like Torts was saying good things about him. I mean, I just feel like this is going to be the most. They made the most moves. We should go over Columbus. Like Columbus is completely all in. And I feel like if they're if they don't win
right now.
if they don't win the cup, you have to fire your GM, fire your coach.
I mean, I can't fire the GM. I mean, what else can he do than put the team he's just put on paper together? There's no more stacked group of forwards with that group of defensemen backing it up. I mean, Nashville's closest thing I can think of to it, but I think Nashville's a little bit better on the back end than Columbus, but
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
but that forward group for Columbus, so what else can he do that put that team together? Fire him for putting that? I look
yeah.
at the coach and be like, what the hell was I supposed to do? I gave him everything.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but they haven't won a playoff series yet, right?
And they've given up no less than 3 goals a game.
And basically their mentality right now is just take everybody from the Senators that they can possibly buy off of them, right?
I mean, it was Duchesne and Dzingel. And
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
they got they got McQuaid too from the Rangers.
Yeah.
for
And
the
Mark
bottom
Stone,
pairing.
didn't they?
No, Stone went to Vegas.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
That was
Stone
that
went to
like
Vegas.
deadline deal. Finally,
Oh,
went
God,
through
I
at like 3
forgot about
o'clock.
that.
Good for him. For watching Columbus, it's like, yeah, I mean, they'll be exciting. It's more exciting for fans, I feel. I don't know if they've been around long enough to have the skeptics like we had in DC, where it's like, oh man, we traded for all these people. oh man, how are we gonna fuck this up? You're almost waiting to be disappointed. It's we have too much firepower for this to go well.
Well, see, I think one thing we finally learned is to not necessarily go after the high profile splashes, but at least just kind of find a low key person that kind of lightly solves our problems and not trying to basically screw up our entire depth based off getting one huge superstar.
You got to get somebody who can come in and
system.
Fits right away and can start playing. Can't have them.
Is a perfect example of that.
Right. Get the right.
He took a little bit to get going.
Well, right, but you think about it. You take Yarabek, who just did not fit at all. I mean, Kempney was a low key acquisition that absolutely fit our system. But I mean, like anything you do, it's going to take him a minute to get used to the systems that you run and the plays that you're setting up. And he thrived.
Well, we went back and forth on it until the playoffs, and then Kempney was the guy.
Yeah,
Yarbeck was the seventh defenseman. Mm-hmm. I think it was like Orpik got hurt or something, and the only thing I remember Yarbeck doing was he blasted like Foligno in the face with a slap shot. From,
and actually, didn't Kempney actually get boarded in that first game and actually have to sit the rest of it out, but came back the next game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they were both in, and then Yarbeck had to play his minutes.
Yeah, no.
I just saw him take that slapper. I was like, the fuck were you aiming at?
Top shelf.
In fairness, you probably sat in any Disciples game you play in.
Well, in our games, I just assume the eyes are closed. Like some Danny Espinosa shit. So I swing the bat really hard. Close my eyes, though.
No idea where it goes.
Yep.
But I certainly don't know.
I mean, so I asked you, do they have, I didn't understand the goalie move for Kincaid. I mean, let's say they do have Korpisalo still.
Yeah. Korpisalo's the number 2, but, and the chance that one of them goes down, it's good to have 3 capable goalies in your system.
Well, also, so doesn't this possibly, if Kincaid signs the next year and they lose Bobrovsky, then they already have a backup because Korpisalo would start? Or do you not think Korpisalo is a starter?
I think Korpisalo could start.
I mean, I was hearing a lot of rumors about Bob getting moved there.
I heard they wanted Panarin. Everything though.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, Panarin's made it pretty clear he doesn't play. He doesn't want to stay in Columbus.
Right. He said he would negotiate with them, about a month ago. But I think that's for show. I don't think he's staying.
No,
I don't think Bob is staying either. It's, but they're going all in this year because they're going to lose both of them for nothing.
But I say, do you think stars like that are getting frustrated with not winning a single playoff series? Like, for instance, us as Caps fans, we've had to deal with, second round knockouts as far as back as we can remember. But there's at least been success. There's been high profile, players playing here that still want to stay here. Do you think with no success that they absolutely just want to be gone?
I don't know. I think Panarin is an outlier case where he is like a veteran, but he's more of like he just wants a city. He wants to live in a city.
Yeah, I hear you. Not just Columbus.
I think Bobrovsky would be more chasing like a better scheme. I mean, if Bobrovsky was in like Calgary or something.
Oh yeah.
Like no one's talking about the Flames because they didn't get anything done this deadline. But if they had a goaltender, we'd be talking about them as one of the front runners because they are steamrolling everybody.
They're hot right now, if I remember correctly.
But they got to win these games 6-5.
Mm-hmm.
They got Fattenberg.
It's like the Caps of old. We'd be scoring 6. We might be winning, but we're still giving up 5 goals, but we're just outscoring them.
They got Fattenberg, didn't they? I don't know if that's a really big deal.
Well, it's nothing special. It's another. I don't even know if he's a forward. I think he's a defenseman. But
it doesn't say up there. I thought it would say up there, but it doesn't.
But their lineup is set. They have 4 20 goal scorers right now.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Look,
they have all the firepower. Their defensemen are good. I mean, goaltending's been their weakness.
Mm. I didn't realize that. Essentially, Carl Hagelin had 2 different teams retain half of his salary.
Oh yeah, so
essentially Pittsburgh's.
I was about to say, I was actually just telling them about that. I read earlier that Pittsburgh actually tried to trade back for Hagelin, but the reason they weren't able to is because they were still retaining $250K of his salary, and they're not eligible to get him back until November. So they actually had the plans on the work, submitted the deal, and the NHL said, no, you can't do that. You're already retaining his salary. You're not eligible.
That's kind of funny, though, to see at the end, it's like, I traded you away, but now I want you back.
I don't think you're allowed to trade for the same player, just in general, within the same,
calendar year,
or
season?
Fiscal year.
Yeah.
Well, from what I was reading, the only thing that was holding them back was that they were already retaining his salary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean...
So if you think about that,
apparently Malkin was losing his mind when they traded him.
He's a good player. He reasonably could play on any one of the bottom nine players. You're not going to put him on the top line only because our top line's pretty much set at this point.
Yeah.
But he reasonably could fit in at any level.
We didn't move Burakovsky, so now I'm like, what was the point?
Well, I think with him stepping up towards the trade deadline, we were kind of hoping maybe there might have been some nibbles on the line, and for all we know, there could have been. But we weren't being offered enough in return for him. Because he is a potential high-end player, but the problem is he's a mental head case, and when he goes cold for 4 months at a time.
Yeah, well, he was a potential high-end player.
Yeah.
At this point, no one's looking at him. He's like a C+ prospect.
Yeah.
There's flashes. Great. There's flashes with Sam Gagner, too, and Sam Gagner's been on.
Isn't he back on Edmonton now?
Yes, he is. So, I like the Marc Messier, trade tree. You can see that Gagner, now on there's Gagner was traded for Gagner.
Oh, Talbot. Just never worked out up there.
Talbot had some good times up there. There's nothing else up there. There's but McDavid. It's in Draisaitl. Draisaitl's not.
They had was Kajula not as good as I thought he was? Because Drake was there, right? Drake Kajula, and they went to Chicago.
He's all right, but these are those are secondary pieces.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a number one defenseman. Adam Larson's all right, but
Darnell Nurse hasn't panned out.
Yeah, they don't really have anything but McDavid and Draisaitl. And Draisaitl, when they gave him his own line with trash wingers, he couldn't carry it.
Yeah,
and it's you want him to be able to carry that because they paid him, but oh my God, those wingers are awful. Milan Lucic is terrible now.
Oh my God, dude.
The reports when he was like, "Yeah, I used to watch my old film. I'm watching my old film in Boston to try and get my mojo back." No, you're trash now. You're being set up.
Watching his old game film?
Yeah.
What has he really done? Okay, so here's my question. So there's four main things that the Caps actually did. They kind of go hand in hand with the first two, but we dropped DSP down for waivers to go down to Hershey to be able to create room for Hagelin.
Okay.
What do you guys honestly think about that?
I think he'll be back before the playoffs start.
Yeah. I'm not upset with it. I think if he was honest with himself, he would say that he was not playing well. No. He hasn't played well this whole year. Didn't come into camp in shape. And then essentially, I guess, was trying to use camp to get in shape.
Yeah.
Or as good, it didn't. It hasn't really worked. He hasn't really been in catch fire. He has hit a lot of posts. I will say that.
So the thing for me is, and feel free to tell me I'm wrong in this, but I feel like
wrong.
All right, guys, this was fun. Thanks for having me on Bender Knows Best. No, but rewatching a lot of what he did in the playoffs, he never really drove the play himself or created a lot of scoring chances. He got his goals that he got based off pure lucky chances. Don't get me wrong; they were absolutely skilled, being able to kick it back to himself.
He was in the right spot when he needed to be.
Exactly, they were pure lucky chances that he got.
He capitalized the opportunities that were given to him.
Exactly, but they were few and in between. Don't get me wrong; he scored in the last 3 games, helped us win the cup, no doubt about that at all. But when you think about it, what did he really do against Columbus? What did he really do against
far side roof on
1 game?
Yep.
But outside of that, I'm sorry. He also had he also had goal 3 in game 1. Sure, but if you think about it, didn't really do much against Columbus. Didn't really do much against Pittsburgh. Had 1 goal against Tampa.
Whoa! He set up. He got an assist on that Lars Eller goal in overtime.
What are you talking?
And
Oh, you're talking about when he fed it over to Connolly? Okay, sure, but I mean,
he got a Crosby point.
sure, but that's what I'm saying in terms of this is, don't get me wrong, like he was definitely a huge part of our run to the Cup. There is no debating that. But we looked at him as the organization, and I say we because I mean I had no say in this, but we said to him, we need to see more production out of you during the regular season. We don't want this to just be a playoff thing. We want you to be able to earn this. He stuck around, got a hometown discount, and then basically didn't end up utilizing it and got sent down. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah. I was excited when he came back for $1 million, but I mean, if I was him, I wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I mean, he got better offers.
Yeah, I would have taken the offers.
Yeah.
I've got my ring. Now let's go get my money.
Which is what Beagle did.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
I'm always on the player side for that.
I did not blame Beagle at all for that, by the way. He stuck around, got hometown discounts, stayed on the fourth line. He was like, you know what? I love being here. Got the ring, and I was like, you know what? I'm taking my money. I'm out. But in doing that, we did that for the purpose of being able to create cap space to be able to sign Carl Hagelin, which the Kings kept, what, 1.5 mil of his contract?
Yep.
I'm sorry. Was it 1.5? I'm not entirely sure of that off the top
Does
of
it
my
say
head.
up there? Wouldn't it say up there? In this board that apparently Mikey says he can't see.
There is no board. I don't know what you're talking about. But
On the left side, Matt. I'm talking about the cap friendly one. Wouldn't it be up there how much they retain? As he looks for it.
live your life, Dan.
Live my
okay?
best-
Live your best life.
Oh, we had to send out Smith Pelly to make room
For it, yeah.
like
But still.
for bodies.
Yeah.
But either way, no. So like we created cap space for it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure it was like 1.5. It was roughly around
Something
that.
like that, yeah.
But we bring Hagelin on, who is not necessarily a huge known goal scorer, but it's a great forechecker, great
Cap
speed
killer.
player. Exactly. PK, speed, low key, bottom six guy.
Also, he's taken like 4 penalties since he's been here.
yeah, I have not been a huge fan of that. But his speed is something that I'm like, holy
he
shit.
almost,
I missed
he almost
that.
broke Jeff Skinner's ankle. So I thought Jeff Skinner more toe pick than anything. I mean,
Right.
someone's like, no,
Definitely
he.
hooked his foot though.
Yeah.
It wasn't intentional, like it wasn't a dirty play by any means, but I understood the call that got made. But with those two things going hand in hand, do you think that was a right move to make? I mean, I think a big thing for me was the Kings ate a chunk of his salary. That was a big thing for me. I think it would have been worse if we had taken on his full salary cap.
I don't think we could have afforded to take.
No,
his
we
full
couldn't.
salary.
Yeah, no.
Now his middle of the year cap hit might have been different.
Yeah.
I don't know how that was going to play out, but I just again, I don't dislike the move, but not having Burakovsky moved out,
Right.
I'm just sitting here going, for what? You just traded like a second round pick for a fourth liner who's going to potentially kill penalties. It's what. Okay, you have guys on roster who already do that. Yeah, he adds speed, yes.
Yeah.
But I mean, the problem is not at forward that we're having.
Yeah.
It's on the back end.
And
Yeah, we got Jensen, which is awesome. You know, the more I read about him, the better I like it. Haven't seen it yet, but
Well, it's also been one game so
yeah,
far.
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. I haven't seen his impact yet,
Right.
and he shores up the defense a little bit. You don't have to wonder who's gonna play that bottom
I hear
role
you.
now. Bowie's not going to be in the lineup. I loved reading the comments like on all the pages. Is like everyone's like, "Oh, the Red Wings fleeced the Capitals."
No,
I was
no,
like,
we didn't.
well- and it's like, what's second round pick for Jensen? I didn't know who Jensen was, but
yeah.
you know, if he's as much of an analytic darling as everyone says he is, you know, this will probably pan out. Well, we got a young prospect in Bowie. Hold the phone there.
All right,
You
wait.
go ahead and you have fun with that.
So, Dan, what do you think about Hagelin being in? I mean, like, where do you see him slotting in? What do you think his impact's going to be? Like, are you good with that? Do you think maybe we should try to get more or less? I mean, as you said.
No, sorry. I was looking. John said he's watching, but he's in class, so we're on mute. So I was like, what?
Wait, we were on mute, or he was watching us on mute?
He's watching us on
Okay,
mute.
I was about to say,
'cause
what
he's
has
in
it
class.
all been for?
No, definitely. I can hear everybody. I don't
dear.
dislike the move. I do also kind of agree with Mikey. Is like with Burakovsky being there, it eats up a spot where you could have had have Hagelin moved up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess you could move Burakovsky down if he's playing like ass still to the fourth,
Which is something I was going to say. Yeah,
which they've done, and then you move Hagelin up. But I mean, he is a good PK, and our PK has been shit, I think, lately. But it's funny, though, if you look at it, though, I think lately it has. And I was looking at the stats the other day, and we're like almost the same as we were last year. Not we're
Yeah,
like
quite literally about on
we're like
pace.
seven spots off from
About
where
on
we were
pace,
last year.
yeah.
which is shocking because I think as of late, I was thinking we took more penalties. I think we actually have taken a little less. But they were like, it's
really.
I thought there was a graphic the other day I saw, and I took a picture of it, and I'm pretty sure it was like we had taken less penalties, and I was like, what? Because I was even shocked at that.
Yeah,
one.
that actually kind of surprises me a little bit. I feel like we've been taking a lot more penalties this year.
No, all I got was the first part with all the goal. We had at last year, same record, same points. We have 205 goals. We had 186 last year. We have 193 given up, and we had 182. And we have 32 shots a game this year, as to where last year we had 28. I mean, that's all the stats I have so far.
All right.
But
I mean, like, are you on board for Hagelin? I mean, do you think that's a good pickup for us?
It's almost like the Oshie trade. Like, it was like, this is the trade I feel like if we could have made a couple years ago, probably. Like when we first got Oshie, you're like, no, is he past it? Like, we should have gotten.
Oh, you mean when Mikey lost his shit and was like, they're hacking my phone? Yeah. GM has been monitoring what I'm saying.
They're even signing these people for as much as I said they should. The hell is this shit? Somebody owes me money, goddammit.
He's like, I want my bonus check, damn it.
That wasn't even a rumor. I plucked that shit out of the air.
I remember, and the funny thing is, I think I was leaving replay when it happened, and I just got a group text between you, me, and Dan. He's like, oh my God, they did it. Oh my God, they did exactly what I called. And I was like, what the hell is he talking about? I said that? No, Mikey did. And I was living with Nick at the time, and I practically kicked down the front door, and I was like, DJ motherfucking Oshie. Oh!
I'm so hard right now.
He just came.
Woo!
But no, I mean, I agree. I think there's a lot of good things that come out of picking up Hagelin. He brings a lot of speed to the lineup, a lot of PK. He's not necessarily known for his scoring touch, except for, occasionally when we could possibly need it.
He drives possession.
Right. And I'm looking at it, and I agree with you guys. I mean, if Burakovsky starts flipping, move him up, play him on, I think he would fit great with Eller and Connolly. And I mean, I honestly would not hate. And at this point, I don't think we have a solid fourth-line center between Dowd and Boyd. But I feel like you could put Hagelin and Stevenson on that bottom line and let them drive speed all night long.
Would you have? I mean, obviously you would have probably. I'm assuming, but do you wish they had made more of a move to get a face-off guy? I mean, I think we're like 40-something%, and last year we were 50.
Yeah, well, because we don't have Beagle anymore.
Yeah, dude, Beagle was a monster.
Yeah, Beagle was like 80%, and everybody else was kind of like in like the 40s almost.
Right.
Well, that's what happens when you have skilled players. They focus on skills, not like the
passing,
extra stuff.
shooting, playmaking. Beagle's like, no, I'm gonna win this face-off. Y'all do you.
Yeah.
God help everyone else. I get the puck to everyone else.
Score goals. What are you talking about? You don't pay me for that.
And even before Beagle, it was Steckel.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How about how was Boyd? Oh my God. Boyd Gordon. Good God.
He was great at face-offs too.
Yeah.
Those was bottom 6 face-off guys.
Who's Boyd Borden?
Yeah. You know what? He's been now renamed.
So also, you and I were talking about this earlier that Nashville is pretty scary this year. I must have I was watching all day, and either that trade, the Simmons trade, just kind of slid after the 3 p.m. Like it was in the works.
Yeah, I wanted Simmons.
And but I mean, we couldn't afford him.
Need for him, but
we couldn't afford him.
Yeah, doesn't mean I didn't want him.
No, I mean, I'm not arguing with you. I mean, I would have loved to have a tall guy who drives the net too.
Yeah, you guys want a Burakovsky? You can have a Burakovsky.
We're still open to this. We can do a back alley
deal. He'll go great with your Couturier and your Voracek and your Giroux.
He's from somewhere close to Voracek.
He's from Belarus,
Austria, or something like that. He's not a real Swede. That's what I'm. That's the point.
He plays for Team Sweden.
We just had this conversation.
He's from Belarus, I think.
Grabowski. That's who it was.
Grabowski's Belarus.
Yes, I know.
Burakovsky's Austria.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was about to say. I knew there was another fake Swede on our team somewhere. Okay, so with that being said, Jensen, I know you had already touched on him. For the love of God, thank God Bowie is no longer on our team. I
thought you didn't mind Bowie. It's your fiance, the one that hated him.
No. I liked Bowie. Like I thought he was a really good prospect for us. I expected a lot of things coming out of him. Fallon shit on him from the moment she saw him.
When do you lose the term prospect?
After your second year.
Second year of what?
Of trying.
I was like,
well, no, I'm sorry.
Is he like? I feel like
I'm talking about
like Alexiev is a prospect. Bowie was not a prospect.
No, but what I'm saying is when he came up last year, he was a prospect. I absolutely I'm sorry, is that not an accurate term? He came out of the AHL. I mean, he was a full-time player last year, not this year. He was a prospect.
I was going to say, you're a pro in the AHL at that point.
Well, either way, I expected a lot out of him. I thought he was a pretty good prospect player down the road. He could do a lot of good things, and he got shit on during his rookie season. And I'm like, you know what? That was your first year. You got thrown into the deep end a little bit.
Orange Juice took it, though.
Right. Juice thrived in it. He did a pretty good job. He won a cup. Bowie didn't do shit. But I'm sitting there going, you know what?
What's his name not on it?
Bowie?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, his name isn't on it, even though he did nothing, because he at least played half the season.
He played enough regular season games.
Exactly. But I was like, you know what? Second year around, we're going to give you a little bit of a better chance, a little learning curve. You've kind of been thrown in the deep end a little bit. Oh, no, you still suck. Okay, never mind. Absolutely. But I'm also sitting there, who the fuck is Nick Jensen and what the hell has he been doing?
That's what everybody said. And then all of a sudden, do you agree with the signing, though? Like the immediate 4-year, $10 million signing?
It makes the trade a little bit better to me. I mean, because that's such a low-risk contract.
Yeah.
You know, if you decide... it's very movable.
Yes.
If you decide to cut bait and run, I mean, we're only paying him
$2.5 million. I mean,
Yeah.
we're paying him 1.5 for the next, I mean, guess 5 years.
4. Including this one, including this year?
Right, but it's I thought it was half the amount for twice as long.
Oh. I'm not that smart.
I mean, your words. Anyways, you know, I think it makes it a little better. He's the one we gave up a second for, and we traded the third for Hagelin.
I think we were trying to give up a lower pick, but if I remember listening to GMBM's interview the other day at the trade deadline, he was saying, not necessarily, well, I mean, without actually saying it to the public, they were trying to lowball him and give him a low round pick, but they basically came back to him and said, we're not going to take anything lower than a second. So
he's playing 20 minutes for us right now.
Yeah. Also, I think they got him early. I think they said it early, like they were like, all right, we want to make a move early before like it starts getting like multiple offers in.
They were trying to lock it down.
Yeah.
Before they get in a bidding war with someone else.
Yeah,
exactly. But lose. I mean, from everything you've been telling me, because you've done more research on it than I have, you know, I mean, he's a good puck possession player. You know,
what do you even
the puck pretty well.
No inside shot, not as many inside shots from his side.
Yeah.
The graph I keep seeing about Bowie, it's like, oh God, everyone gets inside of him.
Especially if you're a Flyer.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, like, I think it's a good move in terms of if something happens to Jews or Pick, you don't have to worry about throwing somebody who's a liability in there nearly as much as we would have with Bowie. Right. God forbid something happened during the playoffs again. Bam, there you go. We have somebody who's at least somewhat reliable.
Can Pittsburgh like never get like somebody good at the deadline or like the week of deadline? I feel like they traded for a shitload. You told me earlier you thought they were all like ass defensemen essentially.
Basically, I don't know what the hell they were doing getting Gabranson that contract.
He's slow, isn't he? Pretty slow.
$4 million.
He's a big guy. Yeah, he's not really much of a skater. Not really much of an offensive threat. He's, you know, a big
6'5", yeah.
What's a good?
Oh, he only has $860,000 on remaining on his cap hit, so this will be like last year of his deal.
No, he's on for 2 more years.
Oh shit!
So I don't know why
his cap hit for 18-19 is $4 million.
Oh, I was looking at the top.
When he got traded to Vancouver, it was like, well, they gave up on him pretty quickly, and then a couple of years later, you're sitting there going, "Whoa, no, they gave up at the right time. That was the right move."
They got out when the getting out was good.
He just makes some comical like bad first passes.
I don't know. I was what was I thinking? I was like, but like Nick Bukestad's really good. I was like, God damn, I got Nick Bukestad. I mean, he's not Huberto, but
McCann's pretty good too. They got 2 solid forwards to round out the bottom of their lineup.
Yeah,
and then they have I mean, I guess Dumoulin's not coming back anytime soon.
After that Wayne Simmons killed him.
It didn't even look like that bad of a hit.
I'm about to say, okay, I always thought I was really in the minority when it came down to that, because I watched that hit and I'm like, I mean,
it looked like
don't get me wrong, I understand the whiplash effect of that, but at the same time,
it looked like the head into the boards is what hurt him, not necessarily the hit. Yeah, but
which can cause the concussion. Yeah, I mean, I completely understand.
He definitely got the shoulder in his head. I mean, if I watch it in slow motion, I can obviously go, well, yeah, he left his feet a little early, but in real time. The hit looked fine to me.
Okay,
It looked like he rubbed off his chest
into the face. Yeah,
yeah.
but the first point of contact was
body.
yeah.
Okay, speaking of that hit because of Wayne Simmons, how do you feel about Wayne Simmons being traded? Because to me, when I think of the Flyers, I think of Wayne Simmons. Like I think he's like the ultimate Flyer.
That's really.
I mean, Claude Giroux.
Yeah, I think more. I think more
But I
Giroux.
mean, like in terms of like that gritty player who really plays an in-your-face style, going to
Not
the
gonna
crease.
lie. You know, who I think Ray Emery when I think of the Flyers.
Oh, you mean when he beat the shit out of
God rest
Holtby?
his soul.
You mean when Holtby was like, nah, I'm done. Leave me alone.
Should
Ref.
just laid there and turtled. Should have laid there and turtled.
I think that was the best part after that happened was Mikey just sitting there going, stay down. Why do you keep getting back up?
Yeah, stay down. He fights a lot. He knows the code.
You keep getting back up. Keep getting back up. I'm gonna keep punching you.
Why'd you take your mask off?
But either way, like Wayne Simmons to me
I
is
thought
one
he
of those,
took it
like,
off. I didn't think Holtby took it off. I thought Emery grabbed it and took it off.
Yeah, probably.
But either way, like when I think of Ray Emery, like I think of him as like a career Flyer. You know what I mean? Like that's just like where he belongs. And like think of him on another team. Or I said Emery, didn't I?
Yeah,
Wayne Simmons, I'm sorry.
I was like
sorry,
center
Wayne
first,
Simmons. But I'm just saying, like,
You don't
when
think of him as like a king though? Because that's where he played for a while.
Yeah, but his best years were with the Flyers.
Yeah,
True.
yeah. I mean, like, he's made a huge name for himself as a Flyer. He plays that style of the game. I mean, he really seemed to resonate with that city.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, and I agree with Mikey. I definitely I was like, oh god, could we move some people out? Could we move Burakovsky $3 million and somehow make this work?
Would have been great.
Yep.
It could have been perfect.
Throw in a Yashkin and Conley if you have to.
It's just one of those things for me where, like, at his best, I love having Burakovsky on our team. But the problem is he's at his best at like 20% of the time.
When is he at his best now?
Game 7 of Tampa.
Yeah, I was
that's
gonna
it.
say against Tampa that
and
one
if you
time.
listen to the mic'd up on YouTube, he even looks at Backy and somebody else. Says, it's about time I woke up, huh? And you can hear all the fans go, you're goddamn right it is.
You can't have quads
I'm
like
going
that.
back to sleep tomorrow.
Hey, he had some assists during the finals.
He did.
Some assist.
He had a Crosby.
Some
He had a
assist.
Crosby point on Eller's game-winning goal in Game 5.
He didn't think because it's funny because whenever I think of this, like I just think of Burakovsky, not Burakovsky, it's Conley who never knew a puck he didn't like to shoot.
Oh my God, I love Connolly for that. You know what,
Touch stick, let go.
Connolly, I emulate your style. Oh, the puck hit my stick. Let me shoot it every chance I can get.
Going in.
You do?
Have you ever known me to pass the puck?
You skated up though.
Yeah,
Connolly does not skate it up.
That's fair.
Also,
That is fair.
you play defense, but yeah, Conley definitely is not a
Hey,
puck
I was about to say,
carrier.
I passed to you the other day when we were playing.
Oh, you just said, when have I learned to pass?
Well,
And
no,
then
because I was thinking about it, and we just watched this the other day when I could literally hear the team from the bench sitting next to me going, watch the shot. God damn it. Mikey, take this.
It spooked the hell out of me. I was like, the hell's this?
I like the one
I
game.
could even hear the bench from behind go, good look. That's not what I wanted to do.
I like the one game you and I were playing. We on the power play, we just gave it back to each other about 4 times.
Yeah. Well, Matt and me had like 15, 20 shots that game combined.
Oh, yeah. There was that one game where you and me played on a line together, just kept shooting from the blue line. We're looking, one of us has to put this in at some point. Funny thing is, I don't think either one of us did.
Nope.
So what do you think about the Sharks? I heard the Sharks made that trade like midnight, the night before. It just went under the radar because it was like early in the fucking middle of the night for like Gustav Nyquist.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
it's a good move for them. They're not in this market, so I don't know a ton about them, other than they have high end talent. But it just seems like they always have that high end talent, but they don't. The secondary people aren't as good as that are on other teams.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Nyquist.
I think they have it this year. I think they have the secondary shooting this year, the scoring this year. I mean, because they got like Jumbo Joe's on the third line. He's not even the top 2.
Dan's favorite player of all time.
Not all time. He's up there though. And then you have Little Joe, and then is Hurdle's a center, isn't he?
Hurdle's a center.
So he's the second line center.
God, I'd love to have Tomas Hurdle.
Tomash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You have top line Tom now.
Yeah, but top line Tom's not doing bad though.
Yeah, now it's panning out.
He's sitting there going, "Fuck, you're willing to pay me $5.5 million? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'm gonna start focusing on some other shit."
I'm gonna use this 20-game suspension, and I'm just gonna work
He
on
came
all the
out
offense.
on fire, which is why the group chat name is still Tom Wilson's Revenge Tour.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you think about it, and then they started putting him in the Oshie spot on the power play too.
Well, because Oshie was dead.
Yeah.
He is not a bad shooter. The problem, he is not that type of player, and I've come to grips with that. But he's just not a playmaker. He is a
Tom?
Hey, yes.
He makes some good
Yeah,
passes.
how many times?
He's not like you're
He's
never
not a
going to get
koozie.
like
He's not a koozie. He's not
gonna
going to
get
carry the
backhand
puck
sauce.
in and dangle and feed somebody with a nice feed. He's like, hey, you get me on the puck on my stick, I'll make a right decision with it, and that's about where it ends.
I'll let it fly.
He makes
Yeah.
1 or 2 reads and then
He's had a couple nifty twister passes from like from the side wall to a guy going to the middle, and it works out. He's had a couple goals they set up like that. Not a lot, but he's had 2 I know of at least that he did that. But I don't know.
Like I said, he got paid, and he was like, "Oh wait, y'all want me to start putting up points? Yeah, we can make that happen."
Mike, you know anything about Brendan Lemieux?
young fast guy.
Fast guy, okay.
Relation?
No,
I don't know.
I don't know.
I have
not to
no idea.
Claude or Mario. Is that what you're asking me?
Just in general to anybody.
No.
I don't fucking know.
He was scrolling through the screen. Kevin Hayes is another guy. I was like, I just didn't realize he made $5 million. Like, I'd love to have a big guy like Kevin Hayes.
Yeah.
But didn't know he made that much money. You're not $5 million.
I really wasn't looking at any forwards this year because I'm sitting here going,
Yeah.
our forward group is fine.
Yeah.
I'm not a Burakovsky guy anymore, but
My only concern was with some of the last few games that we've really had. We really haven't been scoring a whole hell of a lot. I mean,
you can't transition.
well, right.
Yeah.
But that was my only concern in the forward game is like we're kind of getting hemmed down in our own zone. We're making stupid decisions. We're not exactly scoring goals. But at this point, the last couple of games, we're obviously now back to scoring a little bit. And it's like, please, for the love of God, maintain that.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, hey, there's Caps playing.
I just forgot to check in with the score real quick. But I mean, the deadline day has gotten worse throughout the year as teams have gotten better.
They trading earlier.
At dealing, you know what I mean? Remember like the good old days? It'd be like there'd be 60 some odd trades on deadline day, and it'd be like who's not moving today? And then today, a lot of people are like, well, I'm not gonna let you trade rate me anymore. So it's like,
right?
It's not nearly
I
as.
honestly cannot remember the last time the Caps actually traded early in the season. Like it's always been like usually like pretty.
How early do you mean? Because a lot of teams don't trade early.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, like, I honestly can't remember any time before. Like maybe, I think generally our trades usually happen within a couple weeks of the trade deadline.
Lately, they used to all be on deadline day. Not very many
Yeah,
before.
I mean, like I can't ever remember. And that's the thing I was like telling Fallon about. Like, I mean, for like in the NFL, I feel like you never really hear about that many trades during the season.
Trades aren't a thing in football.
That's what I'm saying. And then
They picked up a little bit this year.
They
Really?
did.
Yeah,
They're not normally a thing in football.
Football is the most complex like sport in terms of like the playbook and you got to have all 11 people all on the same page at the same time. So it's so hard to like mid-season get an acquisition.
Oh, that's typical. Caps give up a goal early.
And once again, problem is down low. I don't dislike Carl Hagelin. I'm just sitting there going, that doesn't really fix anything.
Yeah. So how about Matt Zuccarello? Literally gets traded and gets hurt in his first game with the Stars.
That's sometimes the way the cookie crumbles, though. Like,
I mean, that's out of his control. He blocks a shot, and from what I'm understanding, I think he broke his arm.
Yep.
I mean,
he had surgery. He had surgery immediately too. Oh, it was awful. He had surgery immediately too. So
I mean, just think about it.
that
Trade for a guy. He's out for 4 weeks with a broken arm from blocking a shot.
Could have been
God
worse.
damn it.
Could have been in like 2 weeks.
Try signing your quarterback to a $5 million deal, and he destroys his whole ankle.
Well, until we change the name, we're going to be cursed forever.
And probably never
Change the name to win a game.
he'll probably never.
You know what? Change the game. Change the name. We might actually be able to get a stadium down in D.C.
Is that what they told Snyder?
I'm pretty sure someone basically told him we're not willing to talk about this until you change the name, and he was like, "Fuck that."
Never.
I'll stay in Landover forever.
He doubled down on it and said, "I'm never changing the name," and everyone was like, "Okay, challenge accepted."
Robert Kraft can go get his pee-pee touched at a massage parlor. I'm never changing this name.
Why is everybody so angry about this, man? Grandpa's just trying to get his nut. I mean,
I'm not mad about it. Fallon's probably furious because it's the Patriots.
Ovi should have let him up.
But well, there's a couple other. I'm trying to think what other Stone. You said you were like you hate Vegas because Vegas.
Everything works out for them.
Fucking ridiculous. But aren't they? Hold on. So they're still in the playoff race. Like they're in the wild card spot, if I remember correctly. But I mean, they are not too far out from potentially being shoved out of the playoffs. If I remember correctly, the closest person to them, I think, is 3 points away.
I think that's the Stars.
Yeah.
You got the standings.
I got one of these somewhere.
I think they're in a Pacific spot.
I can't see your tabs.
I can't help you with that. The Cavs, you're up there.
Buffering.
No, that's just
Buffering.
points.
a littering and. But
I think they're in a
Smoking
Pacific
the
spot.
reefer.
I thought they were like second behind the Sharks, or did the Sharks lose the
No,
West
so
too?
I know Vegas is at 69 points. I know that.
It's at 69.
Well, the West
We should have,
sucks, so
like,
that might
sound
be a
things to
Pacific
go off. You know, I
spot.
can do that. We'll
Yes.
get that on next guy.
Yeah, they're sitting in the 3 spot.
Yeah, behind the
Oh, I
Yeah.
didn't know Calgary was in the Pacific.
Oh wow, I didn't realize such a gap. Yeah, they did. Everybody, I forgot. Everybody did say that Vegas did come kind of like down to earth a little bit this
Yeah,
year.
exactly.
Well, they started off a lot slower.
True. Also, they lost some people. I think that didn't like when they got that
Wrong
group.
with
They
it.
all got together and then like this year they lost Neil and they lost Tar's not there anymore, right?
No, they traded to Tar.
Yeah.
Didn't he go back to Red Wings?
No,
No.
I think he's in Montreal.
Yeah, went back to Montreal, didn't he? Oh, he was never there at Montreal. Yeah.
I feel like he went back to the Detroit for some reason.
No, he's in Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Perron hurt the most.
Yeah. No, I mean, we'll see. Look at
And
this.
James Neal went to Calgary, didn't he?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they have buyer's remorse with that one.
Calgary is.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
they got Dougie. They gave up Dougie Hamilton. They got Noah Hannafin and the other one.
They're not hurting.
Yeah.
They have Harmonic and all that shit. They're doing
Colorado is 3 points out from challenging Vegas for the. Wait, Colorado's in the Central, not the Pacific. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but
I don't know,
Colorado's
this
got 66 points, so you don't have to.
Fine. Why is Calgary in the Pacific? If
They're in the East Coast, right?
No,
no,
I'm not
if
gonna lie
that-
to you. Do not ever come to me for geography.
No.
Don't ever-
No, it was Ottawa. We landed when we
I
went,
thought
when we went to
Hawaii
Canada. When we went to Canada, we landed in Ottawa. I
Yes.
got confused. My
I
bad.
thought Hawaii was underneath Florida for probably the good first 12 years of my life.
I don't hear. You thought San Jose was in Florida.
You're goddamn right, because it sounds like it should be.
You said, and you used to call it San Jose.
That I don't necessarily agree
You
with,
did,
but
you
I
did.
do absolutely agree that I used to call him Theodore.
It's-
Yeah, that's right.
That's how
Yeah.
it's spelled.
Jose Theodore.
How are you supposed to say it?
Jose Theodore. Just like you fucking pronounce it, toes, okay? It's Toewes, okay?
Taze.
There's no fucking V in his name. I don't care who it would do.
Taze.
I will fight you. I will
Jonathan
take you out into the
Taze.
street and fight you for all you're worth.
All 5 nickels.
And you know what? I will take them and buy some Tic Tacs.
All Stanley
Put
nickels.
him in a sack. Beat you over the head with him.
Come back and beat you again. Either way,
The Rangers, though. So, how long do you think that till the Rangers?
Rangers.
Yeah.
Before they're selling now.
Yeah.
Dude, the Rangers are like, yeah, this ain't happening. What do you guys want?
I mean, they gave up everybody. I'm almost shocked they didn't get rid of me because of Benajad.
I think that's the only piece they're not willing to give up because he's only like 23, 24.
Yeah, he got traded early in his career too.
Yeah, he did. Ottawa, I think they have. Somebody was telling me they only have 6 players left from when they went to the Eastern Conference Final.
Oh, Jesus.
They've just been jettisoning players off. They're like, well, good news for Ottawa. They have a lot of draft picks. They draft really well and they develop well.
I think Mika, he went to Anaheim first, though, right?
No, he would just
I
went
thought he got-
straight to the Rangers.
I thought he got traded for Jakob Silverberg.
No, Silverberg was for Bobby Ryan.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. And then, you remember last
Also
year?
a miss.
Yeah, remember last year when Ottawa was like, "We'll give you Eric Carlson. You also have to take Bobby Ryan."
No. Ooh. Who do you think has that much money?
Yeah, they were like, yeah. Essentially, it's like, you need to have 13. Arizona, are you ready
Yeah.
for this?
We also want your first round pick. Ooh, that's like a top 5 pick. What about next year? Ooh, that's like a top 5 pick.
Are you crazy? What are you doing?
Adjusting the mic so it's not like directly into my mouth.
Well, that's actually when you sound better, when it's like right there.
I will literally fight you for all you're worth out in the street right after Mikey.
I'm worth 10 nickels.
Guess what? I will take those, put them in the sock, and then beat you afterwards.
No, okay. You have your own land. You have sired a child.
I love how you went with the medieval term. You know what? Mikey, I have known you for quite some years, okay? If you would have ever said at some point in time Mikey was going to use the term sire, I would have said I would have given you 10-1 odds, and I would have been wrong, and I would have lost that bet, and I would have been pissed.
It's very commonly used in the in the shop, you know,
Oh.
in reference to the helpers versus the techs.
Ah.
Well, the helper was going to do this. Who cares? They have sired no child. They own no land.
They've sired it.
They've sired no land.
Oh, so if you had,
Found asked if we're commenting on the game tonight.
we just checked in on a minute ago.
Duclair scored.
So we're down 2-0.
Mm-hmm.
Sons of bitches.
Could
Good trades.
Could have been getting some commentary going.
I don't want to hear your bullshits. I don't want to hear your bullshits.
Wait. Can we circle back?
Yeah.
So John is watching this, not listening.
Yes.
Wait, hold on. Are you talking about John?
Friel.
Oh, Free Hell. I'm
Whatever.
just now saying his name just to fuck with him.
Yeah.
So what I'm understanding is he's watching us talk, but he's not exactly listening to what we're saying.
Yes, apparently, yes, we are on mute. Yes. As I said to
So
him, I
if
said,
I
don't
were to
leave.
say that John sucks as a goalie and I can't stand him at all,
Have you ever scored on John?
I have not actually put the puck in our own net on John.
I have scored.
Sorry,
I've scored on John.
I'm just saying this.
Once.
I don't understand. Like he faces like 20 shots a game. I used to face like near 40.
40?
Yeah.
I feel like every time Mikey stops playing goal and just sees us play in front of other people, he just is like, what the fuck do I have to do?
I got 2 bad knees, and you motherfuckers make me work so hard for everything.
I just swear to God, I know I've told this story 1,000 times, but it was the draft tournament style pickup, the inline tournament we played in Frederick, where Joe Slapshot Jesus sold you to the other team, and we had the shittiest goalie in the world. And I remember the conversation between me and Minner looking at each other, and he looks at me and goes, "That puck's not allowed to get to that goalie. I don't care what you have to do. You block everything. You literally do what you need to do to make sure that puck never touches him." And I can watch us block every shot, and I'm hearing you yell from the sides, "Why don't you ever play like this in front of me? This is bullshit."
Some baby back bullshit.
I love you, Mikey.
I love me more.
I don't know. I did say he sucks. I don't know if John's here anymore. It doesn't tell me who's in the chat, but maybe he hasn't seen it. I don't know what he's studying either. But yeah,
Robert Kraft's lifestyle.
I don't know. Whatever. Do you think Brady Kachuk is going to be better than his brother?
I don't know.
He's definitely not as feisty. I mean, he kind of is, but he's definitely not as gritty, I think, as Matthew is.
He's a little more skillful.
Yeah, he's also, it's funny, he's taller, too.
Yeah. He's a bigger guy. He's like pure power forward.
Yeah. It's funny that you heard about that story.
That was definitely awesome.
Yeah, you heard about that story about his dad, Keith, when I guess he was on a road trip with Matthew, or staying at Matthew's house, and he's there. And he's like, "Yo, go to bed."
You're playing Fortnite.
Yeah, and they were playing Fortnite, and he's like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Go to sleep." And he's
Fuck
like,
you, Dad. I do what I want.
Yeah.
"No." And he's like, "Your other teammates are playing." "No, Dad." And he like named off 2 old guys that are playing. He's like, "No, they're playing now because their kids had to go to bed. Finally went to bed so they could play."
Ridiculous.
His dad was like, "What the fuck?" He's like,
Give me the mic.
Oh,
He's
dude.
like, back in the day, we used to drink beers after the game and get drunk, and he's playing Fortnite.
Oh yeah. Dude, I remember Fallon's brother-in-law at one point. He was like telling his kid to go do something else. He's like, "No, me and Matt are gonna go play Fortnite now." And this is about to happen. And we literally went upstairs and went to go play Fortnite for about 45 minutes. And he was like, "Dad, I want to play." "No, me and Matt are playing." I was like, "I suck at this game, but you know what? I got nothing else going on."
What else you can do, Matt?
That's like when you were trying to get me to play it the other day in Black Ops. Y'all need to know I suck.
Well, you also passed out. Doesn't help when you fall asleep.
First of all, excuse me. In fairness, y'all used to that with NHL when I'd pass out for like half hour.
Oh my God!
That doesn't make it any
No, it
better.
doesn't.
But in
it
this,
doesn't.
there was like a 5-minute window
No.
in which I was like, "All right, I'm done."
No,
And also, in fairness, in that I'm a lot less detrimental in that
no,
situation.
the funniest shit ever was when you would pass out mid-game and just stay on here on the headset. And we're like,
Why didn't you ever come in the room and wake me up and just turn the Xbox off?
Well, because I'm still playing.
Yeah, bro, you could have waited till a stoppage, run in, turn the Xbox off, and go back to your room.
we would be screaming at you. Like,
Hey, yo!
You would just.
I can hear you through the walls.
Yeah.
Hey. Supposedly, I stopped snoring.
What?
Lying
Lies.
Wait,
That
I was
bastard-
fucked fucked up that night. I was fucked up.
There was a chorus of snores, and you were all the worst.
Fallon has told me that I have stopped snoring, and the only time I really snore anymore is when I'm drunk.
No, she just found out how to go to sleep first.
Which is honestly what I've believed, but we'll see how that goes. She was like, no, you honestly don't snore anymore. Trust me, I would know. But she's like, but when you get drunk, you go back to that.
So you get drunk in front of her now?
I mean, there are times where I've absolutely been drunk around her, but
I know of one, but you told me of.
I mean, I was drunk at her birthday party here a couple of years ago.
Is that when you had sex upstairs in my guest bedroom? No.
Yes, it was. Thank you. Let's have a conversation about that on the podcast. All right, back to the trade deadline, guys. Noah Hanfin is the name I know. Let's just throw that out.
Who thinks Carolina's got a shot at making the playoffs?
No one.
I don't know, Mikey.
That's a stupid question.
Okay, so
now about this upstairs in the bedroom.
So, all right. Well, Mikey said he'd rather have Carolina make the playoffs and sweep us than Pittsburgh make the playoffs.
What?
I meant sweep us like throughout the regular season.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant in the playoffs. Like, Mikey, what the?
I was like, what the fuck did you just say, Mikey? Okay. Real question though. We just won the Stanley Cup.
Yes, we did.
So we get knocked
We're
out.
going to Disney World, Disneyland.
Say we get knocked out.
The
round,
Disneys.
Let's say we get knocked out round 2 this year.
I don't care.
I'm about to say, are you as upset as you would have been in previous years, or
No.
you go, you know what, fuck it, we won last year, I'm good.
No, but I do think it has a cascading effect now that it makes all the other teams hate more in our like in this area that haven't won, like the Redskins, who just can't ever seem to make it work.
I'm telling you,
I'm not a
down.
Nats fan, so the Nats don't seem to make it. The Orioles are horrid. Those poor God Orioles, they've lost everybody. They need a new star.
Dan Snyder needs to sit down with Ted Leonsis and learn how to fucking run a team for the first time in his life.
He's letting his staff do it now. The problem is he has a shitty staff.
But Ted Leonsis and those people have learned how to put good people in place.
It was
to be able
real
to make
touch
that
and
possible.
go for a while.
Oh, Jesus
Glenn
Christ.
Hanlon.
Apparently there's a rumor that John Gruden is going to trade Derek Carr to the Redskins.
I mean, I would take it. I don't know if I want to necessarily give up a first.
I'm not giving him a first.
Look, my plan, if I was the GM and I knew I had job security like Bruce Allen does, I'd get a stopgap for this year, and then I'd tank next year. I'd be like, oh, Alex Smith isn't ready. I'm perfectly fine, man. Nah, you're not ready. Guess we're gonna have to Nate Sudfeld go start 16 games.
Nate Sudfeld plays for Philly.
I know.
Okay.
But think something like that.
Yeah.
I will go 0-16 and draft Trevor Lawrence. I will take that L.
You don't want whatchamacallit?
I don't want anybody in this draft.
The dude from Oklahoma?
I don't want anybody in this draft. This hype around Kyler Murray is like.
I mean, look what Alabama did to him.
Everyone this hype on him? Yes, he's a great athlete and everything. Is distracting you from the fact that this is a trash quarterback class. This is. Whoever goes first is going to be E.J. Manuel 2.0. When he was the only quarterback that went in the first round. When there was no quarterback that should have gone.
And he was like, somebody has to take me.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be now.
I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I got.
Who you want to face off? Oh my God, who you want to?
One of the guys I work with is like, you have to take a quarterback. I agree. We have to get a quarterback. It doesn't have to be at that moment.
Oh yeah.
Well, you just going to suck this year? We're going to suck this year either way.
I walk into every season automatically assuming the worst. That way I'm never disappointed.
There's no way Haskins makes it to us. There's no way Murray makes it to us. You going to take the guy from Duke? You going to draft a quarterback from Duke and feel good about yourself? You going to take the guy that averaged 190 yards a game and be like, this is going to save my franchise? Or I'm going to take the guy from Missouri and he's like, who got shit on by every team that was good? Yeah, you know why his numbers are so good? Because he threw 500 yards against Division II teams. 3 of them.
I actually just hesitated. I was like, who the fuck is that? And then I realized it was Jensen.
Oh, who's number 3?
Yeah.
I didn't know Sylvain Cote was playing again. So, throwback to anybody that watched hockey back in the early 2000s.
No, I mean, no one did with the Capitals.
Huh?
So, I was kidding. I said no one did back then.
Also, speaking of which, I love how everybody's freaking out about the circling back to DSP. It's like, oh my God, thank you for all the years and this.
All the years,
whatever,
all the months,
whatever, and all they're all and like all the efforts you put in, and you'll be missed. Like, he's in Hershey.
Yeah, he
like,
can still be recalled and
He'll
will
be
probably play
back.
during the play.
Y'all keep acting like he's gone
still
forever.
part of the organization. He is not traded to a different team.
Yeah, and then like how some people are like, don't ever take a hometown discount because the loyalty never goes both ways. He hasn't played well. Like,
I mean, yeah. This wasn't like he was like Joe Ward, who's actually putting up points on a somewhat decent regular
Anson
basis.
Carter, Jason Doig. Nobody remembers you but me.
Who remembers Donald Brashear, the GOAT of the Capitals of all time, goes down as the greatest Capital to ever play the game?
Didn't he do UFC? You should have done UFC.
He did boxing. No, he did one mixed martial arts thing.
Yeah.
Donald Brashear did, yes.
That man just
And he knocked the guy out.
had some ever-loving anger issues.
He used to be the fastest man in the NHL.
I mean, could Donald Brashear have been
Is that an accurate statement?
Yeah.
Could Donald Brashear have been a better skilled player if he hadn't been knocked out by Marty McSorley
No.
with a stick?
No.
Maybe. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't have an answer for you on
I
that
love
one.
how Matt's like, nope.
No. Like, I'm sorry.
Apparently, he was having a career year there. He must have had 4 goals that year.
Whoa.
That year before he got knocked unconscious.
It's like me saying I scored 2 in beer league. All right, yeah, good job there, buddy.
Probably those pucks taped up too.
I know. I paid the goalie to let him in.
One time in a game, we were winning, and like I had a chance to get a hat trick, and I missed like a semi-open net. And right after the guy stopped the puck, I was like, "No, my wife won't touch my dick if I don't get this hat trick."
Oh, brother, let it in.
Do you remember when you got a hat trick?
Oh, Andre
Burakovsky. And you
Burakovsky.
gave it to Pauline.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
funny.
that was painful.
Rob had a great game.
Rob didn't play a game all year until the play. He played one game before the playoffs, and it was like, "Oh yeah, by the way, Pauline, here's your hat trick you got in the beginning of the year." What?
Yeah, great.
Oh, I think Manny definitely looked at me the other night when somebody was like, "Oh, I got an assist on that."
But did you though?
And I was like, you know what? They don't matter. 94 gets an assist.
You get an assist.
As
you
I've
get an
learned
assist.
as a ref, I just kind of give bullshit out assists that I think I'm right, and I'm like, I think this guy touched the puck. He's going to get it.
That's how I felt. That's how I figured out I lose points in this when I play beer league. Is they just go, nah, that look like he touched it.
Oh, I definitely realized I forgot I stole one from Rob because I passed it up to Rob. Rob chipped it up to Val. Val gave it to somebody else, and they scored. I was like, yeah, all right, 22, 4, and 81. Oh fuck, I forgot Rob. 81, yeah, 81 gets that point.
Yeah.
Fuck Rob, you get enough points.
So what do you think? The Caps? Do you think the Caps win the division, or do you think we just finish second place in our division behind?
I don't think we win the division.
behind
And to be honest with
Islanders?
you, I'm okay with that. I like going into the playoffs with the low key.
You like being not like counted on.
Yes.
Like,
I think that was a huge problem for us, is people expected way too much of us coming into the playoffs, especially after back-to-back President's Trophy wins. You know, everyone was watching us.
We're gonna play the Islanders and lose.
Barry Trotz is just going to sit there. Fuck you guys.
you did this.
This is what you wanted.
You know, in fairness, so okay, I understand
the
why
mic.
Trotz did what he did. I did. But also at the same time, there was already a deal in place of saying, if you win the cup, we will extend you this much.
All right.
He knew, I mean, Trotz knew what he was doing.
If anything, Ted didn't have to let him off the hook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ted could have been like, "Dude, you're on contract. Fuck out of here."
I thought that's
Well,
what
that
I
was
thought
an
that's what they were.
extension.
I thought that was kind of what Leonsis was kind of saying in that end, or even
He was
or
like,
even
I-
the general manager was kind of
well-
saying like we already like you had an extension built into this
Well,
contract.
I don't think it was...
And that was it.
Well, I don't think Trotz had to accept it. I could be wrong. Keep in mind, I could be wrong. But I think there was... I know there was an extension clause of if you win the cup, you will get an extension with this amount of raise. And I think it was Trotz who was saying, I'm not willing to accept that. I want more at this point, given the climate of the coaches being paid what they are.
True, but I mean,
You signed this contract then.
true,
Right.
but also
You negotiated this.
Yeah,
Right.
That's kind of
But
like
that's what I
that's
said.
kind of like a
Trotz
rookie
knew
saying
what he was
I've
doing.
it's kind of like a rookie saying I've outplayed my rookie contract. Now give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
well.
mean,
I'm not saying you shouldn't deserve it. I'm not saying he didn't deserve it. But also, I do kind of agree with like, what's the longest Joel Quenneville was like the longest tenured
Yeah.
coach for was it like 14,
But also,
was it
how
like
many-
it was like 14 years almost, right? He
Yeah.
also won 3 cups. Though.
I was about to say, but
But-
that's the huge difference. He wanted to be paid Quenneville and Babcock money. And
Babcock only has 1. I didn't even realize that.
I thought he had more than that. No, he had 2 with Detroit, didn't he?
Oh
No, he had...
I think he
He'd been to 2.
he had been to 2, but he didn't win the one in Anaheim. I think he only has
was
one.
coaching before him.
I know he had more than one.
Look it up on your thing. If Babcock might I thought Babcock only had.
I feel like he at least had 2. I don't know about 3.
He was coaching them all throughout the 2000s.
He may have 2 then, but
Well, he wouldn't have 2 then. He'd only have 1 because they won in 2008 and Pittsburgh won in 2009.
No,
Yeah.
They also
I know
won
they
early
would-
2000s though.
I think that was
No, they
still
2002 or
that was still
something?
Bowman.
No.
I think that may have still been Bowman. Maybe.
I
forgot about
think it
Bowman.
was still Bowman.
Yeah, and I think that's why he only has 1.
Fair enough.
But I thought he did win with another team too.
Nope, he only coached before Detroit was Anaheim, and he went to 1, but I don't think he won it. I could be wrong.
Wasn't
Look it
that
up.
the year with Paul Correa?
I don't know. Let's look it up. You're the stat computer.
Nope. Stanley Cup wins 2008 with Detroit. You're right. You are correct, my
When
friend.
did he start with Detroit?
He started with Detroit in 2004, 2005. Wait, hold on. Declined an offer to remain with it. Yeah, he declined to remain with the Ducks. And on July 15th,
But Toronto was like, "We'll give you all the money. You have."
Oh fuck yeah!
We'll give you all the.
Well, somebody had to get them organized.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's what you have to do.
Also, they have a young GM that's like willing to like pay. Did you see? Okay, speaking of contracts, did you see Austin Matthews' contract?
Ooh, look at that move,
it's a superstar contract,
dude. I said
Is there contract normally all signing bonus?
Yeah, that's how you beat
Okay.
So you beat Seattle.
Oh, Niskanen said, "This is my house, son. You didn't pay your rent.
Get out of here, little boy." No, I didn't realize. Maybe I just didn't pay attention because I was like, he got like $10 million a year signing bonus, $10 million a year signing bonus, $700,000 salary.
I think it's better for taxes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't have to pay as many taxes in state to state. You end up paying your taxes where you get the bonus.
Even in Toronto, it's probably different the money.
Well, I mean, Toronto, the taxes are stupid high.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, income tax, it's like 11 or 12%.
Oh, did not know that.
Well, yeah, that's why all the people were like, Stamkos is going to going to Toronto.
Mm-hmm. It's like going to LA, isn't it? Because it's just like you want to lose all your money.
Yeah. Yeah, you still have to pay taxes like in Florida, but no state income tax is nice.
Yeah. The Caps are not looking too great. That was a nice hit a minute ago, but
Niskanen said, "Who's your daddy?"
Yes.
I mean, he did, but okay.
Safe
I'm
play.
liking what I see out of Jensen so far. I mean, there's no real panic in his game. I mean, he just kind of
I'm trying to figure out what Orpik's in the lineup.
where or why.
Why?
I mean,
He's not playing bad,
No, he's not.
but why is Jews not getting ice time? Why is your young, puck moving defenseman?
Well, we've talked about it in the group chat because he's going with because Reardon's going with the Trotz mentality of
Yes,
trusting the older guys.
But why?
Oh, ooh.
Ooh.
Watch Kuzi doing his thing.
Oh, Twister! Oh.
I was actually about to say I'm surprised he didn't try and go for the twister there.
That's nobody.
Ooh, Kempney.
It still surprises me. I mean, keep in mind, I do think Carl's. Hey! Oh!
Tom
All
on
right.
Tom.
Look at Ovi still racking up the points.
You should have shot
Wilson with the goal. Which, by the way, Kuzi doing his magic man thing, hitting Ovi to the outside, and him
Well,
finding Wilson
that guy's really into it.
in the front of the ice with in the front of the slot with no coverage.
What's his career high? Is his career season high, Tom?
I think
He's already there for points.
This is it. He's at his
I
career
meant
high.
goals, but like.
He's.
And
That's-
goals?
this is it.
This is it.
Yeah.
He is
What
he
a
is
tap! All right.
But hold on. So this is something else that I noticed again is I'm seeing Norris. I was seeing something earlier today about Norris candidates voting.
Oh, okay. Uh-huh.
And
John's name is not
exactly.
mentioned?
Now keep in mind, I do not think he's having nearly as good of a season as he did last season. Like he's not making as huge of a splash.
Mm-hmm.
But still, he is up there in points in the league, and still has some of the highest ice time, and still gets no recognition for it.
Isn't the Norris supposed to be defensive defenseman essentially? Not.
Then why is
best
PK
defense.
Subban getting it?
It's just best defense.
Okay. Well, before they gave it to a lot of defensive defensemen.
But also a lot
he
of
was
the
like the
times
really
it's usually
offensive
who gets
guy
the
that won
most
it.
points. And he
I
literally
don't know, man.
led the league last year in points for defense.
Well, it's like why is Nicky never won a Selke then?
Fair, but
Yeah.
also
Because
that's
Bergeron and Taves are around.
No, but I'm just saying, if you're going that
No,
route,
I
like,
agree with that.
why is he not even considered then?
right. But it's just
You know
one
what I
of
mean?
those things where, like, when you had do you want to get the puck from him at some point?
Oh, they didn't call it. All
That's
right.
dangerous. No helmet on.
Should have got off the ice.
Go!
Hey,
Nice pass by Orlov, right back in the slot. Eller gets a goal.
hey,
Fuck yeah, boys.
Burakovsky, look at that. Goes in the net.
But you know what? Burakovsky gets an assist
All
on
right.
that.
Well, we're gonna end it. We're gonna end it on the high note right there, because I gotta get out of here. But thanks for coming, guys. Hope everybody enjoyed the trade deadline recap. Let us know if there's any trades that you thought we should have talked about. All right.
Damn, it's coming.
Anything missed?
Nobody said nothing about Winnipeg.
I know, right?
I mean, they got Hayes. I said Hayes. I mean, we mentioned Hayes earlier,
Yeah.
but not a lot. They got Hendricks back. Matt Hendricks went back.
I had no idea he was still playing.
Oh, I know, dude. I know. Excuse me, the paralyzer, as you should
the
call
paralyzer. But it's good seeing everybody. Thanks for coming. Mikey, you enjoyed your wine. Enjoyed your wine, Matt. Always a pleasure.
him. I'm gonna,
Mikey, good luck in your game tonight.
Thank
Mikey,
you.
don't drink and
Who
drive.
you playing, Mikey?
I don't know.
You-
I'm not the captain of this team.
I think you're playing the Mustangs, but I could be wrong.
Are you reffing this game tonight, Matt?
I am not, because apparently I think Greenberg was upset that I refed the last game for them because he thinks I'm still playing for them. And also,
Well, he was there when they wrote the code, back in 1908.
All right. Well. Oh, Lordy.
you play the Titans tonight.
All right. Well,
Who are they? Not that memorable.
this is Better Knows Best. Thanks for joining us. Don't text and drive, and we're